Korea might launch a nuclear missile.
Oh.
Okay, very yes. Well, seems like everybody has a learning effect about a shepherd who cried wolf. For the past couple of weeks, we have had this nuclear threat from North Korea, and for the last 2 weeks, I think, the situation, the tension reached its climax. And by now, I believe there are a few foreign friends here who must have gotten some calls from home worrying about their daughters and sons, or even pleading them to come home, right? I see David came to Korea in this new chaos. What a brave man! Yeah, welcome back to your home club. Yeah, he's a Toastmaster. That's why, especially SRtM alumnus. So, through my speech today, from the research on this topic, I was going to brief you on why North Korea cannot launch nuclear missiles, but since the situation is pretty much over and moving to another phase, the topic is how come they could not or did not launch one. There should be many reasons, but let me give you 3 today. The first is China. North Korea relies on China for more than 60% of their trade and most of their energy import. So if China doesn't grant a war, North Korea cannot start one. And China doesn't want to, because a war on Korean Peninsula automatically involves superpowers like US, China, Japan, and Russia. And you know how much these countries are economically connected. US is the biggest market to China, and China possesses the biggest part of US government bonds. These superpowers have too much to lose for war. And second reason, the situation is pretty much personal to Kim Jong-un. We all know that this little young chubby boy became a leader of a country with more than 20 million hungry people. And behind him there are ruling powers like royal family, military, and labor party. And these ruling powers need a leader, whether he is a puppet or not. No matter how young he is, they need a leader. As long as he looks like his grandfather who started a war, or as long as he is as aggressive as his late father, Kim Jong-il. So, now Kim Jong-un has no choice but to prove his leadership in the country and international influence. He has people to feed. So, he is threatening with his nuke just to gain the gasoline and food, like father, like son, like his late father did. So he cannot launch a nuclear missile because that's not what he wants really. And last but not least, like the ancient Chinese war strategist Sun Tzu wrote in his book, Art of War or Sonjabyongba, you don't want to start a war or fight that you can't win. And they know it. They know they can't win. Because they need China's support and supply to conduct and win a war. But like I told you before, China wouldn't grant one. Then, how come these countries develop and maintain nuclear weapons? That's what international politics call nuclear deterrence. When you have a nuclear weapon, nobody touches you. US and Russia, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, and North Korea and US now, they maintain peace with some tension that nuclear weapon has never been launched since Hiroshima in 1945, because they know once someone fires it, they will get killed too. And South Korea is apparently under US nuclear umbrella. So that works as a nuclear deterrent too. So, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, living under a special umbrella, which doesn't really keep you from getting wet, you don't have to worry about war, because there will be no war. There might be some conflicts and local battles, which I don't hope will happen, but let's hope that the countries involved with this situation do their job well and peacefully, and minimizing what this little but rogue country can do to the rest of the world. And we Toastmasters, as hardworking, smart, good-looking, hot people. Let's do whatever we can do to get these two Koreas reunified as soon as possible. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, there will be no war, and life goes on. Thank you.